concept आणि चडशे जे पळय कोण आमी म्हणटा accused so called or the people who are committing this these are mostly outsiders.
Migrants.
These are migrants, total migrants. Majority, if I go to, I don't have the survey or whatever, but if you go, I would say, I mean, I feel that most of them, they are migrants, they are non-Goans. Those who are coming on the sites, construction sites, basically, we are, most of the cases are there who are coming for as a laborers. And
we have mixed cases
mixed
also.
cases also, but I'm saying आता आमचे जे आता cases सुद्धा आयले न्ही चडशे आमचे laborers जे आसा, and it is not a single person who is, it's a gang rape. As even Bombay, even Delhi, and even hanga सुद्धा जाल्यात cases पर, even it's a something kind, it's a kind of instigation. म्हणजे एकामेकांक सांगप एकामेकां बरोबर अशे not a single person is doing this crimes, committing this crime. It is something like it's a gang. I mean, आम्ही जसे म्हणता gang rape. वो एक आमचा एक legal concept असा.
Legally, if it's more than one person,
more than one person.
Correct.
कळ्ळें न्ही. So हे rape जे म्हणजे अशे अक्षरशः कितें ताका आमी eve teasing सुद्धा आमी अजर concept जर असत. म्हणजे एका चलयांची इवन कॉलेजीस सुद्धा आसा पळय इवन फकाणां मारता किंवा हे करता दॅट इज जस्ट आय वूड से इट इज जस्ट समटायम्स इट इज अ बिगिनिंग और म्हणजे कशें त्रास करप किंवा एक सम कायंड ऑफ हॅरेसमेंट और ते चलयेच्या किंवा भुरग्यांक किंवा बायलांक अशें फकाणां करप हें करप आनी स्लोली ते अशें एक स्टेज येता की हे जे ऑफेन्सीस जे आमी आसा ते आमकां एक प्रोवोक करपाक किंवा आमकां फोर्स करपाक ते मनशांक लायता. It is not one person who is doing this. This is he is taking the help of you can say his colleagues or that like-minded जे कोण आसा विचार पळय.
Then you go back to the supplement her. The genesis comes down to again. You see, crime against women is also a reflection of your attitude towards women.
Absolutely, sir.
You know, it's an attitude towards women. How you look at it.
Yes. Here I'll interrupt for 1 minute. As madam has just now said that it is happening mostly from the outside. Basically, what is the reason behind this is that see, basically गोयकार आणि भायल्याचे फरक करना. पण these people are supposed to be quite civilized, educated. So this education and आमची एक value system जे आसा ताच्या खातीर गोयकारांमध्ये हाचे प्रमाण कमी आसा. ते नाच अशें आमी म्हणू शकना. पण आता बेसिकली एज यू से these people are coming migrants ये they come with म्हणजे आज हांग केले सुट्टले अशें तांकां दिसता. Sir, carry on.
So attitude towards women is actually a very important thing, and you see, it has again something to do with our patriarchal society.
Correct.
Where you see it begins from the home, where you start distinguishing between a girl child and a boy child. You know, and that shapes the child's mind. And what Anita ji had just pointed out, that coming back to my first question, that crime is a reflection of a behavior.
Correct.
Now, so this behavior gets impetus from so many things. It gets impetus from films, it gets impetus from the peer group, from surroundings, what you go through it. I mean, it repeatedly, and when I'm saying that attitude towards women, it is depicted in so many ways. When we see advertisements,
Exactly.
why do you have a very typical kind of attitude depicting women only?
Correct.
Why? And that also in a very perverse manner.
Correct.
Very true.
Absolutely.
So these are things which, and finally it boils down to, so we cannot look at this behavior, we cannot look at this particular crime away from the overall mindset of the society.
Absolutely.
We have to find and when we come back to the solutions also, they also lie within the society only. It reflects a very healthy attitude towards women. You know, we have to develop that kind of a attitude, which culturally we have been. I mean, culturally our women have been equated with the goddess. But see what is happening, why it is happening in that same society, same place, our attitude had changed.
Even म्हाका दिसता आतां जशें म्हणजे रेप अशें म्हणून सांगलें लायक हाव यू वील डिफायन तुमी रेप म्हळ्यार कितें अशें जर तुमी जर लिगल टर्म किंवा लिगल एस्पेक्ट जाय मागीर इंटरकोर्स इट्स अ सेक्शुअल इंटरकोर्स विथआउट द कन्सेंट. हांव जर म्हजी कन्सेंट संमती दिता, हांव जर संमती दिता जाल्यार आतां हांवें म्हणटा की संमती जर दिता जाल्यार इट इज नॉट अ रेप. पूण जर विथआउट अ कन्सेंट टू कसले फिजिकल म्हणजे सेक्शुअल इंटरकोर्स केले इट अमाउंट्स टू रेप.
बरोबर. म्हणजे बेसिकली जशें सांगलें सरान की आमी समाजान जे विचार किंवा जशें आमच्या घरांतल्यान एज इट स्टार्ट्स चॅरिटी बिगिन्स एट होम. म्हणजे हे जे विचार आसा की बायलांक रेस्पेदान वागोवप किंवा बायलां कडेन म्हणजे आपली घरातली आवय असो भयण असो किंवा इवन फॉर दॅट मॅटर एनीबडी हू इज वर्किंग इन युअर हाऊस ऑल्सो वी हॅव टू डेव्हलप अ मायंडसेट टू रिस्पेक्ट देम एज अ फिमेल. हे बायल मनशेकडे आदराची भावना पहले म्हणजे एज यू सेड सर कि जो सीनियर मेंबर्स है फैमिली के उनके मन में वो पहले पैदा होने चाहिए, देन इट हैज टू बी परकोलेटेड डाउन. सो देन बिकॉज व्हेन दे स्टार्ट मिसबिहेविंग ग्रेजुअली दे and today's they're so vulnerable, they pick the wrong things faster. So that should not happen. जर हाचो जर सोशल किंवा सायकोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट पाहिला म्हाका यू विल गिव अस अ बेटर इनपुट.
मिनिंग एक सिंपल एक्झाम्पल पळयत येता, एनी रेप दॅट टेक्स प्लेस, एकदा रेपाची न्यूज आता टीव्हीर आयली, इमिजिएटली वी हॅव बी द पॉलिटिशियन ऑर एनीबडी द रेनाउंड फेसेस टक करून म्हणटले कितें बायलांचे कपडे सारके नाच, रायट, यू आर नॉट ड्रेस्ड प्रॉपरली. If a thing like rape, as you had just defined, so has just defined, if you are talking something as concentrated as that, and taka jena त्या discussion and तुम्ही side track करून कपड्याचेर आणून पावयतात, बाबा finally कपडे म्हणला कितें? Somebody today, I feel I am neatly dressed. Somebody might see the sleeveless thing of mine or the net, and for that it can be an arousing concept. जेन्ना आमी अशे कपड्याबद्दल डिस्कशन करतात, मागीर 2 वर्साचे रेप जाणाला कितें जातले? बरोबर. कित्याक जेन्ना आमी कन्सेप्ट जेन्ना ते बायलांक आमी कपड्याच्या हितून तोलतात, then definitely a 2-year-old is definitely expected to be in a list of clothes. Correct. Innocency खंय उरली? बरोबर. We have taken a society, आमी त्या सोसायटीन जल्माक आयला जेकडे आमी immense pleasure हे घेतला, innocence, childhood enjoy केला. Today we are not even giving that childhood to a child.
Because the innocence of a child is at stake.
Exactly.
That is being taken in a totally different that is being exploited. Correct. So a child also has to be very cautious. A minor has to be very cautious to distinguish between the hug of a father, mother, and a person stranger who is not related. I mean, but stranger. It is very difficult for a child too. In fact, she is in a formative stage of her personality. Correct. Where she is enjoying the serene beauty of this whole world. And it is in that innocence someone with a perverse minds get into it and then he indulges into.
डॉक्टर तुम्ही सांगले आता चॅरिटी बिगिन्स एट होम, जशें तुम्ही म्हणटा घरान सगळे करपाक सारकें शिकोवपाक जाय, रिस्पेक्ट, पूण हांव तशें म्हणना, इवन घरान तो भुरगो बरो आसूंक शकता, बरो वागता, पण वन्स ही गेट्स कंपनी ऑफ सर्टन यू कॅन से फ्रेंड्स और कलिग्स और ते जे ग्रुप असता, ही पियर ग्रुप, he totally changes, even though he may be really good at home. Correct. He may respect her, his mother, his sister, whoever, but once he comes, or as you can see, it is a generation which makes that person, you know, a change in her in his lifestyle or nature or the attitude. कळ्ळें? ती कशी ते environment, what I mean to say, the school environment, the college environment, the peer group, all this friend circle, that makes it makes a difference as far as these things are concerned. Not at home. At home तू तोच मनीस जर तुम्ही घरा पळयत न्ही, तुम्ही म्हणटा अरे वत तो काय भुरगो, you know, that thing, it is nothing like घरा सारखे तुका म्हणजे सगळे बरे वागणूक दिल्यार तो भुरगो बरो आसतलो. No.
It is a kind of trying to satisfy your urge, you know. Correct. And
that instinct, sir.
Yes, that instinct, yes,
animal instinct,
and
that moment,
so it has to ventilate itself. If it's a accumulated thing through whatever, and what Harsha ji has said, that when we are looking beyond the interaction of a child, that is where societal norms comes. That is where I am saying the overall norm comes in a society, where if we have I mean, you see, there are cities in this country where if a woman travels in a bus and if there is an attempt by even a person to tease her, the community as a whole reacts. Correct. Community as a whole reacts. I have seen it. You know, so it is the victim does not feel isolated. Before the law enforcement agencies, it is reported and all that, the person gets secluded. Correct. Okay. And then the isolation of that man and the reaction. So it is only the societal norms which has been able to enforce a kind of a pressure on that man, that he desists. That is when I am saying that beyond the individual, when an individual interacts in a broader social framework, how he interacts, which kind of a milieu, which kind of a ethos he is trying to imbibe, that reinforces. You know, if you have any society which have a very all-pervasive norm, which has healthy spirit, then others have to, even if somebody is trying to do something wrong. Correct. You know, there are people, you know, I'll give you a very good example. In our country, I mean, on certain small civic sense, people don't care. The same person, when he travels abroad, he goes there.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
He's so particular about it that even throwing a dustbin or
Disciplined,
something,
particular,
you know,
I mean,
it is that kind of.
Absolutely. Sir, basically this is what I was trying to say. As you have rightly said, it is a mindset in the and how we bring up the child as well as in the society. The social factors also come into picture. So sometimes जसे तुम्ही म्हटलं की एखादा भुरगो घरान बरो वागू शकता पण सी आता जसं तुम्ही थोड्या वेळ पयलीं म्हटलं की आमच्या गोंयान अशें जायनाशिल्लें बिकॉज वी हॅव वन पर्टिक्युलर अनसेड इट इज नॉट म्हणजे हातान बरयले रुल्स नाही ते बट प्रॅक्टीस की एकमेकांचो आदर करप हे सगळे जेन्ना शिकता बट केन्ना केन्ना जशें तेजो भायलो म्हणजे कितें इट इज ऑलवेज अ बॅलन्स तो सडन जेन्ना बॅलन्स हालता आनी देन ही गेट्स मोर इन्क्लायन टुवर्ड्स हिज पियर प्रेशर म्हणा किंवा आनी खंयच्या कारणाक लागून म्हणा किंवा जशें म्हणजे केन्ना एक तो क्षणीक सुखा खातीर करता बेसिकली ही नो दॅट की ही इज नॉट गोइंग टू गेट एनीथिंग बट तो विचार करपाची सद्विवेक बुद्धी तेन्ना त्याची जागृत आसना केन्ना अशा जेन्ना तो हातून त्या सद्विवेक बुद्धीच्या कॉन्शियस एफर्टाच्या भायर वता तेन्ना तो अशा प्रवृत्तींक बळी पडता आणि तातूंतल्यान ह्यो गजाली घडटात sometimes as you said sir rightly ki sometimes these are planned things but often it is not planned thing it just happens
it's a spontaneous what I would say it's not
some perpetrator of a crime has realized the vulnerability of a victim at one particular point of time and then he thinks that this is the right way to commit they will do at times
sir keeping in mind the time frame let's come how we can prevent it what will be this thing from your side how you like to
I think as far as prevention is concerned as I told you in a broader frame definitely we have to have a but the police plays a very important role as far as the safety and security of women who are when you move out of the house
correct
you know that is where you have to enforce that kind of enforcement and this is a crime which also needs to be reported you know it is there is a very strong social stigma attached to such kind of a crime let me tell you years back it never used to get reported and I will tell you that particularly a crime like incest rape it requires tremendous amount of courage on the part of the victim to come forward and give a statement you know because she is even cajoled by her own parents everybody would like to so this is something so once it is reported and as far as Goa is concerned I'll tell you what other measures we have taken for example most of the time victims suffer because of the issue of jurisdiction and all there is a clear cut standing instruction here that in any police station in Goa if a victim of crime against women if she goes to the police station irrespective of jurisdiction the case has to be registered and later on you do if it is related to some other police station so we have registered a case which happened actually in Karnataka we completed all the formalities with that few days back there was an incident which happened in south it was reported in north we registered a 0 FIR so that the victim does not run from pillar to post that is something which is very important we have a dedicated women helpline for that and which was started immediately after Nirvaya's case exclusive and the response and I am because of this education and awareness we got lot of cases started getting reporting also so much cases which were very old but they got reported in the
even later on. Okay sir thank you very much बरीच मोलादीक माहिती ह्या कार्यावळीच्या संदर्भान आणि कार्यावळीच्या अनुषंगान आमच्या मेरेन पावल्या आणि म्हाका दिसता की हेचे सगळ्यांचे एक जागृत नागरीक म्हणून प्रत्येकाचे कर्तव्य आसा अश्यो घडणुक्यो लिपोवपाचो प्रयत्न करनाकात आणि जेन्ना अश्यो घडणुको ताचे एक संवेदनशील समाजाचो घटक आशिल्ल्यान प्रत्येकाचे कर्तव्य ठरता की सगळ्यांक एक मोरल सपोर्ट सायकोलॉजिकल सपोर्ट सुद्दां आमी दिवपाची आणि दो द सब्जेक्ट इज व्हेरी बिग अँड टायम कन्स्ट्रेंट वी हॅव टू फॉलो सर थँक्यू व्हेरी मच सो नायस ऑफ यू मॅडम तुम्ही मुद्दम ह्या कार्यावळीन हाजीर रावले हर्षाबाई तुम्ही बरीच एग्रेसिव्हली पण बरीच मोलादीक माहिती दिली तुमका सगळ्यांचं पॅशन वी कॅन अंडरस्टँड आणि एक समाज खऱ्या अर्थान बायल मनशाचो आदर करपी जातलो खऱ्या अर्थान सुदृढ सिव्हिलायज समाज जातलो अशें आमी आशा बाळगुया आणि परमेश्वर कडेन अशी प्रार्थना करून ही आयची कार्यावळ सोंपयतना तुमकां सगळ्यांक काळजान देव बरें करूं नमस्कार